Minnesota captain Kendall Coyne-Schofield was the first to hoist the Walter Cup in 2024. She'd love to do it again this year in the state of hockey. That's a possibility tonight.
Well, 3 games have come and gone, each one of them meeting overtime. The 2025 PWHL Finals have been a marathon. Minnesota a chance to cross the finish line tonight at home and hoist the Walter Cup for the second time. Meanwhile, Ottawa would love to force a decisive Game 5 and bring this race back to Charge Avenue. Pearl Salemi in deep for Minnesota. 2 goals for her so far. Down low for Zhishova. To the blue line for Steckline. Back down low as Minnesota tries to start their cycle.
And we spoke to Ken Clay. He said we want to get it low. We want to win those battles. That way we can work that puck low to high. We have an opportunity to work various different options in zone if we can get it low initially.
Gabby Hughes, a Minnesota native, works in along the boards for Ottawa. Redirected to Vanisheva. We've talked about this line. They'll look to step up in a must-win game for the Ottawa Charge. Last time they found themselves in a must-win game, it was their final game of the regular season against the Scepters. Jenner was able to tie it up late in the game, and it was Mrazova with the overtime winner. Can they do it again? To center. Jenna Watkins joins in on the rush. Ottawa spins this puck back, and their captain leads the way.
And you see Boyd step up in the neutral zone. That's great spacing. Ottawa wants to make sure that they have a quick counter. They want to make sure that we're not walking into that 1-2-2 structure coming out of their own zone. If they can counter, they can play their game.
Puck gets redirected into Ottawa's bench.
Last game at even strength, they had 14 shots in high danger areas that had a screen.
Cava off the face-off. An early look for Minnesota. Panic's face-off numbers certainly increasing. The game 1 very much unlike her. She was 36.4%. It was one and done and has been over 50 since. Bell chips it back down low for Ottawa. Played 41 minutes for the Charge back in Game 3, the most for her and of a Charge player. Continues to be relied upon on this blue line.
Well, and Carla McLeod talked about her and said, watch her stick. It's been an area of her game. She used to surf a lot. Now she's looking to use that stick as an extension of her body, and it's really helped with her one-on-one play.
Zoe Boyd, a quick pass to center, looking for Serdachny. She'll have speed. Danielle Serdachny, the Edmonton native, 1-on-3 and a hard shot from the power forward. Savalainen leaves it down for Vasco, tries to send it out in front.
Well, and that's the speed that Serdachny has. I mean, she has that ability. If she can get speed underneath the puck, she can go left to right, and you can just see her transport that to be able to enter with speed and pace.
Minnesota, who's yet to have a lead through the 3 games of these finals, find themselves in the series lead and 1 win away from being back-to-back champions. As Hughes out in front. A good look for this line yet again. It's been Ottawa that's opened the scoring each and every game, but Minnesota has found a way to tie it, just like Steckline did last game out in front. Tried for a centering feed. Pearl Salemi tries to keep it in. A loose puck at center. Terralova goes after it, but Steckline beats her there. Thompson along the blue line for Minnesota in her first season in the PWHL. Can't keep it in, so it'll be offside for the Frost. Turnover for Coyne-Schofield. Her shot needs a great save from Phillips. Another chance here on the backhand. Phillips stretches the pad out in time. Gwyneth Phillips to the occasion again. Coyne-Schofield, a great drive for her. Still looking for her first point in the finals. A chance for Ottawa. Swatted away. Bell follows up with a shot attempt for the Charge. Thompson, quick pass over off the face-off to Steckline, and feeds it up for Cava. Also pointless in 3 in the finals. Finds Kelly Panic, saying onside, a dread shot. Save made by Phillips. Of Minnesota's point production, the bottom 6 forwards, and of course Steckline with a goal in the finals. Last year, Heisey, Cava, Coyne-Schofield came to the scoring solution for the Frost.
Well, this is a situation where you need everyone, especially when you had 3 overtimes. You need your depth to be a part of the solution.
Thompson to center. Ottawa had some bodies in front, allows Markowski to have some time. Clarkson Claire moves it ahead as Serdachny finds Taylorova. She'll go for a skate. Try to reverse pass to Serdachny as Himlarova reads the play.
Well, Himlarova coming back. It's how you track back with a purpose, and that would be a nice clip to show young athletes in the game. You track back, you have an awareness, and you make sure you communicate with your D.
Danielle Serdachny in the zone for Ottawa. Markowski, childhood friends make a passing sequence, keeping this puck in zone. Serdachny pulls it back, tried for the toe drag. Himlarova starting the attack for Minnesota. She tries for the red line, puts it in deep. How's the Frost to go for a change? Ashton Bell looking up ice, chased by Petrie. Back in the lineup for Minnesota. D'Arcangelo to center. Her shot blocked, has some secondary help from Venishova. Rosalemi, turn over to the blue line. The Rock finds Bell. Wrist shot low. A chance for D'Arcangelo, and it's off the outside post. Cheyenne D'Arcangelo, her lone goal in the playoffs. Game winner back in Game 1 against Montreal. Another shot, save made by Phillips. That Game 1 game against Montreal was the only game the Charge have been able to score more than 2 goals in a game. They beat the Victoire 3-2 that night.
Well, the off puck, I mean, this is a much quicker game right now, Kens. We're seeing a track meet. It's going both ways. Both teams able to counter, get out with a good support off the puck.
Ottawa off the rush, led by their captain, Brianne Jenner. Chance for Venishova. Rooney gets the pad out in time. The intensity's high, a lot on the line for both teams. Frost, one win, that's all they need for the Charge. A must win to keep their championship hopes alive. Finalists for Rookie of the Year and Goaltender of the Year, Gwyneth Phillips from Athens, Ohio. Now 2 goals against her fewer in her past 5 starts. Yet to lose a game in a regulation in the playoffs. Thompson moves it to the boards where Clark stands. LaRock fakes the shot back into the corner for the Charge. He's pressuring on the near side. Thompson weighs her options. We'll give her first championship title, one of 7. Fresh faces to this Frost team, looking to win a championship. Loose puck in the corner. Heisey gets on it. Protects. Taylor Heisey up ice to the blue line for Sophie Drakes. And a drag shot. Dawson LaRock taking a look. Moves it ahead for D'Arcangelo. Chips it in. Channel Watkins will be first on it.
Well, you're noticing a lot more pace to this game. If you look back to game number 3, shots after the first period were 10-2 in Minnesota's favor. 12 shots combined right now, each tied at 6 apiece, Kens.
Had a chance to talk with Carl McLeod about that shot volume, and may not be also indicative of momentum at times throughout these PWHL finals. The volume of periods of hockey that have been played and those quality chances being the difference maker. Mike Sna, a great look for Ottawa. One point in the playoffs. McQuigg has some speed. Streaming down the near side for Minnesota. Can't quite get the shot off. Charge pressuring McQuigg. Razova out there 9. Now for Ottawa, in playing games 2 and 3 of the finals. And just 2 shots in game 1.
Well, it was in large part because of the forecheck of the Frost, and they were able to establish this cycle game where they're really, really heavy. Every line was just pounding, finding ways to keep play alive in the offensive zone, where they had over 3 minutes in terms of advance, over 10 minutes to just over 7 minutes for Ottawa.
Himmler over on the far side. Katie Knoll, this 4th line to work here. Shepard's just wide. This 4th line has been dynamite for the Frost. They continue on their chemistry into game 4. Charge working in along the boards. Vasco, a foot race against Himlarova. Finds a safe pass to LaRock on the far side. Bookbinder hopes to keep it in as she works the blue line. Takes a hit, gives Himlarova some room as Ashton Bell pressures her. Bookbinder draws it back, a high shot, a rebound chance. Petrie able to get the shot off despite falling.
And this is 4th line on 4th line right now, and you can see the heaviness just They're able to get that change, and Shepherd's was still out there, but she's gone for a change now.
On the outside, Shishova tries for the shot.
Again, that's the same pressure, which sets up that next line for success with a fatigued team in the Ottawa Charge who haven't been able to get off the ice.
Jakes comes into this game with 23 shots on net, leading the Frost. As Crosaletti draws it in, her shot gets blocked by Ashton Bell. Off the skates of Venishova, she presses Channel Watkins. Venishova hit ahead by Jakes, looking for better positioning. Halfway through period number 1. A chance in front for the Frost. Blocked again by the Charge. Getting in the lane. Heisey, far side pass, a good read.
That was an incredible play by Taylor Heisey. She didn't have a second layer. She didn't have a second quick coming in for that puck, but she was able not only to close, but get the takeaway at the same time.
Heisey pointless through her first 3 games here in the PWHL Finals, and she's never gone more than 3 games without registering a point this season. So she's due for one today. Hughes takes it in with speed on the far side for Ottawa, sends it around to Manny McMahon from Maple Grove, Minnesota. Now finds Hughes, who's from Lino Lakes, Minnesota. Clark joining in on the board battle. Zumwinkle certainly had her looks in Game 3.
Well, and Becky Keller mentioned it on the panel. You know, she just did a nice job of getting to the middle of the ice. So often we see her sort of with that linear drive in the cutback.
That was 6 shots on net in Game 3. Markowski back down into the Frost zone. Rooney comes out to play the puck. And over Minnesota. A race the other end. Noel chips it ahead for Shepherds. Looks to the blue line to Channel Watkins. A high and hard shot as Phillips makes the save. Jakes, another angle for the Frost defenders. Sending it all towards Phillips here in the first period. Jakes, who put up 7 shots on net in Game 3 in that triple overtime, to have most shots on net for a player in that very game. We've talked a lot about the point production coming from Minnesota's blue line.
Well, and it also starts when you win a faceoff. Just look at this from Game 1, 36%, very unlike her. Game 2, 52, and then went on to 56%. I mean, her consistent average over the course of the regular season was 57%, so righted that ship, but played a ton of minutes because she was able to get into that faceoff dot. Ken Klee spoke about that. Taylor Heisey on the metric showing only 1 faceoff, which would show you that he kept inserting panic, knowing that she was winning those draws.
Well, it was odd in Game 1, only won 2 of her 8 draws against Hughes. Same number for Cheyenne D'Arcangelo, who has the best faceoff percentage in the postseason. Penalty on the way. Ottawa's going to go to the power play. Markowski's going to hold on to this puck. Out comes an extra attacker, and it'll be Gabby Hughes. In control, Gabby Hughes, delayed penalty on the way against Minnesota. Takes a look, fights off the pressure. Cava will gain a hold of it.
This is going to be a tripping call just inside the blue line, and Petrie is going to go to the penalty box, so it'll be the first penalty of the game. Going to see here, it's going to get into the legs of Venishova, taking her down, so an opportunity for the Charge here to right the ship in terms of their power play. 0 for 8 in this series, 0 for 16 since their lone power play goal in Game 1 versus Montreal. Brianne Jenner on the back door.
They only ever scored 2 power play goals against the Frost in the regular season, as Minnesota's PK remains perfect as it did last year. In the playoffs, never allowed a power play goal against last year throughout both series. Frost make the clear. Phillips blows the puck up. Waits for her help.
Well, they'll go for the change right away with the no escape rule. You have to leave the players on the ice, so out come Panic and Zumwinkle as the forwards.
Danielle Serdachny on the power play for Ottawa. Stackline able to chip it right back down.
Well, you see the pressure. I mean, the entry is the toughest thing to get when that puck gets cleared, because you get the setup. You can see Zumwinkle just kind of waiting to jump on that first pass steer. You got Kelly Panic as well as Claire Thompson and Lee Steckline on the back end.
Barilova moving this puck ahead for the Charge. Drops it back. Quick over to Venishova. Teresa Venishova, far side pass. Zumwinkle stick in the lane. Jenner protects. Loose puck. Thompson gets there first. D'Arcangelo pinning her up against the boards. Ottawa sends 3. Venisheva protects. Running out of real estate in the corner as Zumwinkle is able to make a strong clear.
Well, when they got that entry, you got a really nice entry with the delay, but you got to find a way to create. You can't force those passes through the crease when it's not there. You got to take what's given, and right now, the middle of the ice is not open.
Ottawa finds themselves down for the first time in a playoff series. Venisheva, short-handed, a shot. Phillips all over the rebounds. To McMahon, out to center. Ottawa has some speed. Clark tripped up on the play. Frost hoping to clear it off the glass. Hughes picks up the loose puck. She gets taken in along the boards. Another strong clear from the Frost.
Well, and Channel Watkins closes really quickly on Emily Clark, who does the wraparound.
McMahon, a shot on net for Ottawa. Final seconds of this power play. Petrie out to the ice, and we're back to 5-on-5. McMahon has some room. Chips it into the corner. The Charge landing one shot on that power play just moments ago on the outside. Boyd to center. House reads the play, realizes she'll need to stay onside. Razova back in the lineup. House dropping down as a winger. Guarding out Ottawa's 4th line. Bach listed as a 13th forward. Heisey keeps this onside. Phillips makes the awkward save. A great kill for the Minnesota Frost. First period starts to wind down in Game 4 of the PWHL Finals. That was a scoreless game. It needed double overtime to decide the winner.
No surprise there, hey, Kenzie?
In front of 13,104 fans. Hoping to see their team win it on home soil. They have a chance to do it this year in 2025. Can they get it done? Grace Zumwinkle out wide, lands it on net. Into the corner, McQuigg goes after it. Markowski met by panic. Razova gets her stick in the lane. Meixna moving it ahead for Markowski. She'll join in on the rush as Leslie leads the drive. An assist for Leslie in the finals. Both of her goals in the playoffs have been opening goals as Ottawa continues to score first in the finals. Chip down in the corner. Meixna is right there for Ottawa. Leslie in for support. Puck to center. Thompson finds McQuigg.
Well, that's a great exit, and that's because just knowing where that contact zone is by both Lee Steckline and Kelly Panic to support one another as it rotated between being the player on the puck and the player that was coming in behind to be able to grab it when it was disrupted to make the exit.
Petrie to center. Here's Shisheva. Another chance. Shisheva gets closed out as she approached Gwyneth Phillips. Shisheva still looking for her first playoff point this season. Bell blocks the shot. House looks on. Shisheva steals it away. Another look. Shisheva cuts to the backhand in front, looking for Pearl Salemi. Can't find the back of the net this time. This line is buzzing for Minnesota. Shisheva protects, finds Flaherty along the blue line. A high shot. Phillips had to make a save. House can get the clear. The official's arms go straight up. Icing will be the call. Markowski off the face-off, blocked by Himlarova. Back down into Frost territory as Rooney settles the puck. Winning Hersol first star of the week. Phillips. Incredible run they have had in the PWHL Finals. Heisey tries to protect as McMahon pins her up against the boards. Minnesota works it up high. Down low, Heisey, back pass. Ottawa takes the body. Another chance, Heisey, an angle. She'll go for it as Zumwinkle looks for the rebound. It just circles wide. A wraparound. Can they find it here? Stolen away by Emily Clark.
Oh, that's a nice play by Emily Clark, even if she winds up icing that puck, although it's going to curl right into Maddie Rooney. So saved by the goaltender in the curl there. She needed a broom to get it all the way down there. But some real nice looks, just some hard play down low by the Frost to be able to create those opportunities.
Taylor taking the body on that play. We heard Carla McLeod talk about it. Allow Phillips to save the puck. Take the body, everybody else.
And it's just so counterintuitive, right? As a former defender, when that shot comes, you always look for the rebound. You turn to look, and what she's tried to instill in her D, do not look. Take your player, box out, give the save to Phillips.
No puck watching, a chance here! D'Angelo zoned in! A huge stop for Rooney in this first period. Under a minute and a half to go. McQuigg walks to center. A miscommunication. Jenner picks it up. Brianne Jenner moves it ahead. Taking a look here, going 1-on-3, tries for the shot. Redirected to the corner, but Jenner gets there again, and another shot just wide. Makes off the glass and out. Not enough as Brazova makes a pass on the play. Into her feet. Brazova, that's exception to her game. The finesse in the finish really. This team will need that in a must-win game for Ottawa. Keep their championship hopes alive. Boyd back down low. Final minute to go in the first period. Leslie leaves it out. Meiksna hoping for a pass to Savalainen.
Great job by Leslie. Again, that fight for position. Just playing with such composure. Seeing her finesse in her game, but I'm watching her off puck down below here because I'm between the benches. I can see the angles she's taking to provide an option, whether it's for a point or line mates. Excellent work.
Into the corner, penalty on the way. Savalainen will go to the penalty box. So Frost will have a power play to close out the first and begin the second period. This power play brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel, Paper Towel. Power through tough messes. Frost will close out the first period on the power play. Cole Salemi, their lone power play goal scorer throughout the finals. 6-on-4 power play goal earlier on in this series. And that will do it. Frost will open up the second. A minute 43 remaining on this power play. Well, it was a busy first period for both teams. Had some good looks coming off a game 3 that went to triple overtime. Each and every game has needed extra time. This power play brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel, Paper Towel. Power through tough messes as Jake tries from the blue line. Clark trying to send it the distance, and she'll be successful.
You know that Sophie Jakes on this unit is going to look to get her shot through. I mean, she is a shooting machine from the top, and you look to see Kendall Coyne-Schofield converge on the net along with Grace Zumwinkle.
Zumwinkle, a shot here, toe saved by Phillips. Stretching out just in time. Ottawa's perfect on the kill in games 1 and 3. Stopped all 3 of the Frost power play last game. As Panic feeds it back down. Zumwinkle for McQuigg, looking for Cava. Up to the blue line. Lee Steckline, a high shot here. Leslie hopes to head on it. Moves it ahead for Taylor. It'll get sent down by Vasco.
Well, that's a nice kill so far by the Charge, and the Frost will want to make sure that they get that puck off of the wall. Anytime you rim a puck, it is a signal to the PK2 attack, and that's exactly what the Ottawa Charge did.
Heisey out wide for Carl Salemi. Scott, Minnesota's lone power play goal in the finals. Up for Steckline. Heisey has a lane down low, hoping for Carl Salemi to tuck it in and around. Phillips is going to hold still. Savalainen's outside shot.
I love those ISOs, looking at, you know, players off puck, just showing the details of their game.
Another look for Savalainen. Has Jenner right there. Can't get by Channel Watkins. Ottawa has led for a total of 27 minutes, 39 seconds so far. These teams we've often seen tied or scoreless. Ottawa opens up the scoring first. We've seen through the first 3 games of the finals. Vinisheva protects, rolls off. Quick one-time shot, no on the back end, a chance here. A great look for Ottawa. Leslie on her horse, protects the puck, brings it to center, a long shot into the glove of Rooney. Off the face-off, Lee Steckline has a lane, draws it around, looks for the wraparound play. Boyd pushes it ahead. Shisheva keeping in zone. Looking to roll off to Petrie. Anya Savalainen. Our side now, Clark to center. Thompson, a reverse pass. Well, Clark's right there. She'll take advantage out in front. It's a great feed. Nana McMahon was right there.
Well, Petrie had a real nice stick, and that's really nice awareness because that puck went back behind the net across the grain. Petrie had to recover quickly to the middle of the ice.
Clark, 3 goals, 18 shots in the last 4 games. Her most productive stretch yet. Kursalemi up ice, finds Petrie. Back in the lineup for the Frost. Petrie looks back for Kursalemi at center. Ottawa sends it to the middle of the ice. Phillips leaves it back for Bell. Takes a hit into the corner as Jakes takes a look. Back down, Zumwinkle chasing after it. Up high to Channel. Walk-ins and a low shot. Minnesota shooting everywhere.
And it's really nice timing by Coyne Schofield to go to the net, right? You want to meet that puck there. Sometimes it's better than just standing there in front of the net.
Well, Phillips made a strong save there. Jenner hopes to connect to the near side, but Jake steals it away. It's Grace Zumwinkle. Comes in, and her shot is saved by Phillips. Rebounds there. Gwyneth Phillips all over it. This top line can't cash in against Phillips. Zumwinkle's last goal, March 16th against New York, and another great save from Phillips. And he's saying she's been around it. Has certainly had her look, Zumwinkle. Off the attack, it's Anna Meixna. Has Leslie with her, drops it back for Mrazova. A look, it's Katarina Mrazova, the backhand. Rooney will make the save. Rooney, Mrazova, former teammates with the Bulldogs. Boyd heads back. The Quins right there. 2-on-2 battle and behind Phillips. Thompson keeps it in play for Minnesota. Mrazova back on the attack. She has her wingers with her. Tries for a centering pass. Savalainen's going to step up. Keep this play going. Cross corner dump. Ottawa goes for a change. Steckline scans the zone. Goes D to D. Thompson has some time. Finds Cava at center ice. Centering pass, who's right there? It'll be Danielle Serdachny, who reverses the play for Ottawa, but not for long because Steckline gets in over the zone. Lee Steckline driving pace. Petrie challenging in the corner as Vasco plays her body. Shisheva on the loose puck, running out of time, looks to center for Kursalemi.
See Teralova on the forecheck here, and that was a really nice play. He earlier had a nice steer serve to squeeze her player in the neutral zone, and then a nice one-on-one battle, and here she is pressuring the puck.
Ottawa has only ever traded in 1 game of their 7 playoff matchups so far this season. It was game 2 against Montreal. It's 2-0 for Montreal heading into the 3rd period, able to tie it late in the game, force overtime. Clark brings it in. Outside shot. Rooney makes the save off the stick of Heisey and into the corner. Maroc jumps in, keeps it in zone for Clark. Takes a hit. Loose puck in the corner. Venisheva chases after it. Now up ice, led by Taylor Heisey. All alone, Heisey brings it into the zone as the Frost go for a change. She'll recognize. Leaves it back for Jakes. Miscue into the hands of Clark. Emily Clark streaming down the near side, looks to center. Brianne Jenner, this team 14-2 when Jenner scores. Finds Savalainen to the blue line for Ottawa. Boyd changes play, draws it in. Her shot off the stick of Zumwinkle.
You want to make sure you have that layering in the offensive zone, especially when you're on that shot. If you get too tight to the net, it's going to be hard to find rebounds if they pop out to that sort of higher slot area.
A breakaway. It's Himlarova for the Frost. To the backhand off the post. Clara Himlarova. What a look for her. An excellent read as the Jakes looks to finish the play, and it's Knoll on the far side. This low line continues to buzz for the Frost. To think Katie Knoll was the last pick for the Frost in the 2024 draft. 39 of 42 players selected. She was taken 39th in the 7th round. And she has been a difference maker for this team.
Well, and you know what? We should be calling them the blue line, not the 4th line, right? That's what Ken Klee calls them. And make sure that he doesn't range them 1 through 4, but he's color-coded them. They are playing like a top line right now.
Peppers, Himlerova, and Katie Knoll. What a trio they have been. Panic colliding hard along the boards. Both players back to their feet. Ottawa getting hemmed in their own zone. Xcel chases back down to charge territory. Markowski looking for Mrazova. Icing will be the call. Petrie on the faceoff for the Frost as Ottawa wins it back. Clarity's going to fire right back down. Markowski taking the brunt of that shot. A stretch play for Ottawa, but it'll be offside. 10:48 remaining in the 2nd period. Kara Himlerova with a chance to break through for the Frost in game 4, but it's Gwyneth Phillips time. This 4th line so fun to watch for the Frost. Was the goal scoring difference during the finals for the Frost than it was in the semifinals against Toronto. Through 3 games against Toronto, they already scored 14 goals. Right now, through 3 of the finals, just 5 goals. Foot race. Venisheva finishing the play. Can't get the shot off. Zellwinkel's right there. Venisheva tries to steal it back. It'll be Sophie Jakes that has success. Coyne Schofield using her speed to center, looking for Zumwinkle. Back down into the corner. Larocque plays the body. Coyne Schofield has some time. With patience, sends it down for Panic. She'll look on. Cycling further to Zumwinkle. Loose puck, who'll go after it. It'll be Thompson. She's going to pinch in and head to the net, to the backhand. Off the bar. It's a good goal. The Frost take the lead. Kelly Panic puts the Minnesota Frost in the driver's seat in the 2nd period.
Well, this is all going to start with the entry. Kendall Coyne Schofield's going to be able to get in. Now they're going to work the cycle. Look at Kelly Panic coming down low. And Jocelyn Larocque and Zumwinkle are going to get tied up. Jocelyn Larocque's going to kind of sort of stop. Not sure where Zumwinkle went to. So she's going to be outside the dot. But the cutback by Claire Thompson. I'm telling you, defenders activating, confuse the coverage. But talk about panic. No panic there, getting it up high and in a hurry. There's only a small little opening, a little bit of daylight up top, and she's able to put it exactly in that spot to get the opening goal of this game.
Her 2nd in the playoffs, Kelly Panic, the difference maker, breaks through on the score sheet. Her 1st in the PWHL finals this year. A great goal for Minnesota. Ottawa looking to respond. Emily Clark taken out at center, offside the call. Minnesota takes a lead for the first time in the PWHL finals. Panic with their 2nd in the postseason this year. Ottawa will look to respond. A chance here, a great look. Another chance out wide as Petrie clears it away. Claire Thompson on the attack. 4 assists in 3 games now for Thompson. Protects out in front. Looking for Shishova. Back for Claire Thompson. Deep in Ottawa zone. Petrie at the far side. Looks on. Jakes along the blue line. An angle here, blocked in front. Minnesota has some numbers. Looking for the loose puck. Dana Watkins dives down. She'll bring it to the corner. Slow up as a Frost go for a quick change. Katie Knoll to the ice for Minnesota. Protects down low. Up for Crosalemi. Delay or shot just wide. Loose puck on the near side. Ottawa heads after it. Chip back into the far end, or Himlerova now goes for a skate. She had a breakaway chance already in this game. Sheppers battling hard against Savalainen. Melissa Channel-Watkins feeds it right back down. Ottawa getting hemmed in their own end. Jake's hoping to keep this in play as Noel gets stood up by Hughes. And they have a few hellos for one another. Phillips comes out to play the puck. Heisey looking to force Phillips to make a move. Tied up, Jakes breaks free. Out in front, was hoping to look for Zumwinkle in the slot. Now to the blue line. Point Schofield. Her shot redirected. Zumwinkle's right there. Hopes to pick up play. Out in front, it's a loose puck. Bookbinder drops down and her shot's just high.
Well, you see the coverage. I mean, everyone is tired right now for the Ottawa Charge, and some sustained pressure in both Bookbinder, Channel Watkins diving down with a static coverage because they're fatigued, able to get shots off and keep play alive in the offensive zone.
Pasco in the zone for Ottawa. Takes down Heisey. Flaherty's right there. Her reaction is, I think, the reaction of all Frost fans when that Kelly Panic goal went in. Pasco wins it back. Serdachny tries for a shot. It's loose, and Cava will gain a hold of it. Michaela Cava with speed on the far side, trying to beat Ashton Bell, but she'll squeeze her out. McQuaig hoping to be first on in the corner. Serdachny a pass ahead for Pasco. Hits it to center for House. They'll feed it in deep and go for a change. Lee Steckline moves it ahead for Minnesota. Leads the playoffs in point production. 8 points coming into this game 4. Calls for a change. Gives Ottawa some time. Markowski moving ahead, trying to find Meiksna on the near side, but it'll be icing. Off the faceoff, Jocelyn Larocque, who played with Carla McLeod back in the day, Calgary Extreme. Hughes to center. Serdachny going after it.
And you see that weak side entrance again and again, hitting the weak side of the ice. If it's on, they're going to find a way in. So when they're coming out of their own zone, the Ottawa Charge, they're getting into difficulty when they're coming up the same side and they're looking to move the puck in a pass format. And they've got to go off the glass, or they've got to touch it back and hit that weak side.
Larocque looks to center. Maggie Flaherty pulls it back. She'll try the far side. Minnesota chips it in. Pearl Salemi challenges Larocque. Running out of time, Shishiba's right there. Gets a shot off, Phillips is ready. A rebound chance! Phillips challenges. Pearl Salemi couldn't get the full shot off in the end.
One of the things I've really noticed about her is how she comes down on her check, and from what side. From the defensive side, being above the option, closes on them quickly, and forces play, forces the Charge back into their own zone. That's exactly what Penpley and company want with this quick-moving team that can really find a lot of pace if they can get their exit.
They find themselves in the exact same position they were in last year. Game 4, chance to hoist the Walter Cup at home. Boston was able to force a Game 5. We'll see what's in store this time around. Bookbinder, who's part of the team last year, gets a shot on net. Off the face-off, Himbalova has a lane. Channel Watkins steps down. Meiksna pushes it ahead, and her and Himbalova collide in front of the Frost bench. Liz Shepard chips it in. Zoe Boyd's first to touch. Challenged by Himbalova. Reverse pass to Savalainen. Now for the bronze medal win, Finland at the World Championship, where they took down Carla McLeod and Czechia. Brazovac was there. And another look for her at center ice.
Well, all three of them were sort of in the same depth on that attack, and she's looking to backhand it to Meiksna. I'd like to see a little more spacing between the players.
Brazovac on the far side, Rooney with the glove. Venisheva denied by Maddie Rooney. Katerina Brazovac connects with Venisheva, but couldn't get by Rooney. Ottawa with some great looks. The second period starts to wind down. Grace Zumwinkle wants in on the fun. Takes it deep into Ottawa zone. Pushed off by Larocque. Quinn Schofield without a stick. She's going to head to the bench as Ottawa starts to break out. Jenner finds D'Arcangelo. The two working at the far end. Jenner cuts in, draws it back, and her shot on net. No rebound there. Jenner hopes to keep it in. D'Arcangelo back, turnover in the hands of Taylor Heisey.
Looks like the second line's got the hot hand right now for the Ottawa Charge, whether it's Venisheva on the back door. You saw Brianne Jenner, that right-handed shot, cutting across to the middle of the ice, trying to use the defender as a screen. They're pushing right now.
Jenner, a minimum of 3 shots on net in each one of her games of the finals. Really on our 3rd straight start here in the PWHL finals. They game 1 last year, the finals against Boston. Up 18 of 22, and Hensley took it the rest of the way after getting a shutout in her first start of the finals last year. Gabby Hughes takes it in out wide. 6 saves by Rooney. Panic chips it ahead. Michaela Cava has great speed. Brings it out wide for Minnesota. Cava through the legs. Stood up by Jocelyn Leroy.
Triple drive one way with Serdachny entering the heart of the coverage, kicking it outside for a shot.
Clark the other way to the backhand. Maddie Rooney makes the save. End-to-end action to close out the second period. Savalainen in front. The rebound, looking for it. It was loose, but the whistle had went. Earl Salemi through center for Minnesota. A chance to close out this second period.
Good, that's it.
Takes a hit along the boards. Chisheva working deep in Ottawa's end. To the blue line it will go. Sekline hopes to keep it in. Send this to Ottawa's end. Thompson at the far end. Orsis now in her finals performance. Comes in and pass out in front. It's loose. Salemi swats for it. Mike Snow will pick it up. Under 20 seconds remaining. Through center, Rebecca Leslie tries to chip it by Kelly Panic, the lone goal scorer in this game.
Well, it's also been the details of Kelly Panic's game. Her positioning, again, turning that puck over at her blue line.
How about that play from Panic? Chisheva to Panic. Can she finish? No, she can't. A buzzer beater moment for the Minnesota Frost as Panic looked for her second of the game. Off the face-off. Frost win it back. Up ahead looking for Britta Salemi on the half boards. And what a series this has been between the two teams. Low scoring, great goaltending, countless chances, and a whole lot of overtime.
Oh, a whole lot.
Phillips is going to watch on and get the whistle. Zumwinkle rolls off. Coyne Schofield chips it back down low to a great Zumwinkle. Challenged by Bell out in front. Phillips with a good stick. Coyne Schofield keeps the play going as Jakes tries to open up for a pass along the blue line. Heisey feeds it back down low. Zumwinkle looks on. She'll protect the puck. Arcangelo able to send it to open ice as Panic sends it right back down for Minnesota. Back to the blue line channel. Watkins connects with Panic. Looks on. Lock shot. Panic, who an incredible world championship, named the All-Star for the first time in her career. 7 world championships, and her play hasn't slowed down since then. Sackline certainly a contender for the Alana Claus playoff MVP this season.
Yeah, it's because it's 3 areas of the ice. It's the offensive zone, the way she can stand up in the neutral zone with her stick, and then the way she can defend in her own zone. So you look at that body of work, it's just a 200-foot game, and also has the ability to just settle her team in. Just such a leader, both on and off the ice.
Now we see her smiling, laughing. Keeps the energy in check for her group. Thompson Leslie behind the play. A few shoves for one another. Boyd to Leslie. Taps it ahead for Zoe Boyd, who gains speed in Minnesota's end. Reverse pass looking for Razova. Back in the lineup for Ottawa. Her shot. An empty net just wide. Charge didn't have numbers there. Great look for Ottawa. Open up this third period.
A lot of it's going to start with Boyd there, just sandwiching Noel, and because of it, they get the puck to go the other way, and it's her who's going to lead that opportunity.
Flaherty keeps it at bay for Minnesota. Bookbinder to Shisheva. Petrie using her speed. Back in the lineup as well for Minnesota. Both players wanting to be part of this critical game 4 the PWHL Finals. Markowski plays the body. Cross were able to take down the Scepters in game 4 of the semifinals this year. Heisey, the overtime winner, hunts their ticket to the finals yet again. Salemi into the corner. Markowski chases. Petrie's right there. Shuffles it ahead, looking for House. Back into Ottawa zone. Vasco has some time. She'll take a look to center. Reading the place, Taylor Heisey. She breaks through with speed. It's Heisey off the bar. Taylor Heisey so close in game 4. Himmler over with a post. Heisey with a post. The Iron Sing inside Xcel Energy Center tonight. Heisey one further. Dropping down. Zumwinkle into the belly of Phillips.
Another face-off as Petrie will go into the dot against Darkangelo. Darkangelo is 14 for 27 last game, just shy of 52%, so she's been real solid in the dot.
This percentage in the postseason, Darkangelo. Ottawa chips it in. Going after it's Bookbinder. She sees the pressure, reverses to go the other way. Turnover for Ottawa. Kept in zone. Markowski. Back in the corner. Leslie picks it up at the far side. Now Darkangelo played by Petrie. Jesse Rose entered the lineup in game 3 for Ottawa. Not in the lineup here for game 4, but Mrazovat does return. Teralova picks it up. Reverse play to Markowski.
Well, Teralova says she's going to be flying. She changed her steal between periods there and looked at me and said, I'm going to be fast.
Some fresh blades. Puck gets roamed around for Minnesota. Clark sees it. Icing will be the call. Ottawa, a look here. Will it be Ashton Bell? Draws it back. Leads it to the blue line. And LaRock is going to have to pull back. Once it would have been offside.
And a lot of credit to Michael Hirschfeld as well. And getting Savalainen. I mean, that was a massive addition to this lineup as well. Just being able to shut down the cycle. A big, strong defender that can also activate and protect the middle of the net.
Rudakny picked up in the first round of last year's drafts. Rudakny in the second. Rather, Savalainen in the second. Signed her 3-year deal, but that could all change with the expansion on the horizon. Kelly Panik, the lone goal scorer in this game, has some room and she'll go for it. Panik with speed enters the blue line, pulls it back to safety into Ottawa's corner. Savalainen picks up the loose puck. House, quick pass to center. Pasco with speed, hoping to meet McMahon on the near side. Cross, chip it to the middle of the ice. Savalainen's going to step up. One of the few players that comes in with playoff series experience. SDHL in a series format. It's winning 6 championships with Lulia coming in to her first ever PWHL season. Manna McMahon. The Minnesota native brings it in for Ottawa. Can she be the difference maker? Her shot blocked in front. Showed a lot of Ottawa's block shots in the first period of this game. Benisheva has been all around it to start this third. And it's Katie Knoll leading the drive for Minnesota the other way. Great toe drag. Her shot just wide to finish the play. Knoll has been on fire throughout these finals.
Well, she's playing with the confidence as well, and you can see just the energy in her first few strides.
Out in front, Petrie's going to help with Himlerova. Benisheva rolls off. Shishiva's right there. Czech national teammates. Shishiva's going to steal it back. Teralova joins in, her Czech captain.
Well, there's Benisheva as well.
Leave it to the 3, and Benisheva comes out with it. Sends pass, and Jenner moves it ahead. The lone Canadian hit on that sequence. Benisheva stopped up by Flaherty. Savalainen staying on side. Finnish player chasing after it.
I actually really like that play by Savalainen, and she pauses. She recognizes that she's in an offside situation, doesn't want to hammer that puck in.
Leslie has some speed to the center. Meiksna loads, blocked by Deckline. Meiksna's really slow to get up right now in the slot, laboring. She is going to head off, and she is in some pain. Anna Meiksna to Ottawa's bench, a tough sight here. Slaps her stick in frustration. Keep our eyes on 94 of the charge as Boyd brings it to center. Leslie caught up in front of the Minnesota bench. Back down for Minnesota. Led by their captain, and it's a high shot for Coyne Schofield. Phillips is going to play it. Serdachny cuts to center. Looks for Clark. Icing call on the way.
Leg of some sort. It was the knee or the ankle, but nonetheless, laboring.
Turnover to Kyle for Minnesota. A centering pass to Panic. Gets it off. Wide of Phillips. And a glove off on the play is... Looks as though Clark will head off, and she's holding her hand. Mike's now Clark down for Ottawa, both sitting on the bench. As Serdachny splits through into Minnesota's end. Using her speed, protects in front, she scores! Ottawa charge up, tied it at 1. Teresa Venishova finds a way. Teresa Venishova has silenced the crowd in Minnesota.
Well, I mean, Mike still goes down. Then it's Emily Clark. She's going to the bench as well, just holding on to her hand. And then it's going to be Serdachny lead the charge. We talked about her transporting and her speed. Look at the shield below the goal line play. Everyone turns their toes, and coming through the inner slot is going to be Venishova on and off her stick. But this is just a fabulous play by Serdachny. For all the kids out there, your body can be taken, but if your stick is available, those are the types of plays that you can make. So a huge primary helper for Serdachny, and we were saying that Venishova was all around it. Well, she got it.
The 11-game goal drought comes to a close. Teresa Venishova, the biggest goal yet for the Ottawa Charge, tying this up in the third period. A beautiful play by Danielle Serdachny for her second assist in the postseason. The Charge find a way. This line back to work for Ottawa. An open pass by Venishova. Boyd's going to go back for it.
On the addition of Mrazova into that one hole, if you will, or two hole. It's making a difference here. Nice chemistry between those three athletes, but that second line, right from the opening frame, they were certainly noticeable, and Venishova tracking that net all game long.
Another shot on net this time for Minnesota. The big-time player, Ottawa's leading goal scorer. Her biggest goal yet for the Charge has tied this game at 1. Don't go anywhere. It's Game 4, the PWHL Final.
We got tied at 1s, and Emily Clark is back on the ice.
And that is good news for Charge fans. Clark is on the ice. They're taking an awkward collision and favoring her upper body after the sequence, but to the ice she will go. She has certainly been Ottawa's most consistent player, regular season and the postseason as well.
Carly McLeod going with the hot hand here as Serdachny is elevated with Hughes and Emily Clark.
Venishova tying this game at 1. Serdachny, Larocque with the assists. Dawson Larocque, a goal and 3 helpers now in her playoff run.
Oh, that's just moving the puck quickly, right? Moving it up to Serdachny.
Serdachny now in control. Recognizes Boyd isn't on the zone. Brings it to the corner. Boyd looks on. Venishova stays out as a passing option as Ottawa's outnumbered in the board battle. Heisey feeds it off to Steckline. Moves a pen. Tried to send Zumwinkle on a stretch play. Venishova at center. We've seen her come up with big goals before. Give herself a championship win. Turnover chance. It's Heisey. Leaves it back. Coyne Schofield tries for the shot. Minnesota Frost not backing down, looking to reclaim their lead. Coyne Schofield a break here. A chance, can't get through the legs of Boyd as Phillips challenges the play. Zumwinkle back down to the corner. Kelly Panic, who opened the scoring for Minnesota the first time in the PWHL Finals. Minnesota found themselves in the lead. And we are all tied at 1. Boyd battling in against Panic. Loose puck. Jacobson's going to go after it. Another puck at center in Ottawa's end. Broken through. It's Mrazova to McMahon. Has house on the far side as McMahon lets one go. A wide shot for the Minnesota native. Another loose puck on the play. Larocque jumps in. As Ashton Bell heads back for it.
Well, there's been a lot of pace to this game right from the onset of it here, Ken's. I mean, shots 30-25, and even after that 3 OT game, I thought it might have been sluggish to start, but these athletes, they're moving.
It's all on the line. Ottawa hoping to keep their Walter Cup hopes alive. Minnesota wanting to win it in front of their fans. something they weren't able to do last year. It took a game 5. Step line on the loose puck. Has Vasco right behind her. Ottawa sends another. It'll be Serdachny. Puck to center. Serdachny, another player that certainly earning her minutes here, has elevated her game. With speed, it's Clark. Out wide for Ottawa. Her shot blocked. Katie Knowles seals it away. Minnesota on the rush. Himlarova to center. Pulls it back. Down low for Knoll. This line again connects for Minnesota.
Well, it's hard to believe. You know, you look at the strength in the Frost lineup. I mean, that's a fourth line going against Ottawa's top line. Clark, Hughes, and Serdachny.
Boyd now, her shot redirected off the back glass. Himlarova certainly hit the point. Post rather, Knoll as well. Jakes ahead, looking from Razova. Venisheva, been the hero for Ottawa. In this third period, protects the puck, tries for a centering pass, but Kurosalevi reads it. And a nice pinch in, a great move by Kurosalevi. Shishima chasing after it.
It's a great stick by Bell, and Carla McLeod has spoken to us about that and just how much that has improved in her defensive game. Pushing to the outside on Himlarova, who had speed and pace coming down one-on-one.
Talked about this just the second ever game. Ottawa has trailed in the postseason. It was game 2 against Montreal, where they were able to tie it up in the third period, just like they do in game 4 tonight. Misha's tying goal coming at the halfway point. Meanwhile, is Lova with under 4 to go in game 2 against Montreal. They're able to tie this game up a little earlier this time around with a lot more on the line. Heisey, a reverse pass. Minnesota hoping to end it here. It's Zumwinkle on net. Rebound chance by Schofield. How did that stay out? The captain denied on the doorstep. My, oh my. Oh my goodness. It can't get much closer than this. Point Schofield. So close. Gwyneth Phillips rising to the occasion like she always does. A miraculous save for the rookie goalie. Panic take the body by Laurent. Loose puck at the other end. Gabby Hughes has some time with it. She'll look to center. To Danielle Serdachny. Helps set up Venishiva's goal. Walks in. Tries to get by Thompson. Out in front. A loose puck. It's Darkangelo. Blocked in front. Serdachny keeps this play going. Brings it out wide for Ottawa. She scans. Out in front off the post. Well, they have played a big part in this game. These goalposts tonight.
You know who's feeling it right now, Ken? Danielle Serdachny.
She is having herself an excellent game in Minnesota tonight. All around it, her minutes have increased, decreased, and she knows how to turn it on when her team needs her the most. Ottawa staying onside. Under 4 to go in this third period, all tied at 1. Minnesota a chance to be Walter Cup champions tonight. Ottawa looking to force a game 5. Zumwinkle in front. Point Schofield, a second chance. Can she end it? Into the corner she'll go. Has the help of Zumwinkle. Brings it out wide. Grace Zumwinkle. Phillips with another great save. Boyd has some help. Razova drops down. Point Schofield. As you like to say, Cheryl, a dog on a bone. Point Schofield back net front as Gwyneth Phillips makes another important save.
Grace Zumwinkle finding a way to get a shot to net. The power forward. Everyone on the ice doing whatever it takes right now to get themselves to the net.
Talked a lot about how the depth scoring has gotten these teams to this point, but right now in this third period push, it's some of these top forwards, top defenders that have had some of the best looks with so much on the line. Venisheva, Razova, a chance here. Rooney humps her post. Ashton Bell from the blue line. Back down into Minnesota zone. Venisheva picks it up. On the backhand. Up ahead, Lova winds and fires. Keeps it in on the far side for Ottawa. Loose puck. Razova gains a hold of it. Reverse pass into the corner. Jakes skates by it. Has some help from Channel Watkins. He looks for Kurosalevi. Minnesota gets the red line and flips it in. Full change for them. And Anna Lova moving it ahead. Hands off. Chris Bookbinder's first back for it. Clark takes the body. Hughes to the blue line. Boyd hopes to keep it in. She'll be successful. Gabby Hughes down low, reverse pass, hoping for Emily Clark as she gets tied up. Clark, who got shaken up earlier on in this period, has not missed a shift. Jeffers, 2-on-2 battle behind Rooney. Ottawa comes out with it to the backhand. Loose puck there into the corner. Ottawa first on it. Noel looking for Himlarova.
That's some sustained pressure by the Charge, playing very assertive and on their toes, recovering pucks. Gabby Hughes below the goal line, looks for the wrap.
Puck out of play with 1:21 remaining. Face off at center. Ashton Bell looks on. McMahon chips it in. House using her speed, chases Rooney. Far side, Darkangelo drops out. In front, Thompson. A turnover here. A shot by McMahon. Kept in zone. Ashton Bell from the blue line. She looks on. A low shot here as Rooney makes the save. Off the face-off, Mrazova. A great look.
Certainly have liked this line adjustment by Carla McLeod. They're really buzzing right now. Brianne Jenner, a former center, heading into the dot as a right-handed shooter.
As a backhand win, looks to do it again. Minnesota has control. Final minute to go in the third period. All tied at 1 between the Frost and the Charge. Coyne Schofield centering pass. Kelly Panic with speed. Taylor Lobo hopes to beat her there. Hits Panic into the corner. Loose puck. Savolainen plays the body. Ottawa has some numbers down low. Well, Coyne Schofield's been around it. She's out there now for the Frost. Starts the back check. Ottawa on the attack. Jenner off her skates. Taylor Lobo joins in on the rush. Drops it back. Mrazova scans and it's a wrist shot. Rooney with the pad save. Clark keeps it in. Hugs the boards. Gets by Panic. Can't get by Thompson. 120 to go. Grace Zumwinkle has Coyne Schofield with her. Zumwinkle cuts to center. Looks to say onside, so Coyne Schofield has to come back. Zumwinkle wants another angle. She fires it in deep. Heisey first on it for Minnesota. To the blue line. Jenna Watkins. Heisey hoping for a tip. Carlsalemi after it as LaRocque's on it in the corner. And for the fourth straight game, the PWHL Finals, we are off to overtime. Gabby Hughes will take the draw for Ottawa up against Dominic Petrie. Next goal wins. A total battle at center ice right now. Thompson rolls off. Feeds it deep into Ottawa's territory. Boyd, reverse pass. Looking to the far side. Petrie protects. To the blue line it will go. Steckline keeps it in. As the We Want the Cup chants begin in overtime. We've seen Clark be the overtime hero. Carlsalemi, Katie Knoll. And who will it be in game 4? Shisheva keeps this puck in zone.
And this has been such an entertaining game as well. Just the pace of which these athletes have played. They'll want to get the puck off of the wall, off of the boards as quickly as possible, especially in their own zone, because you know the pressure is going to come. There will be a heavy forecheck with what's on the line.
We've got our overtime t-shirts on, Cheryl. As Coyne Schofield feeds it down low, looking for Heisey, who's been all around it. Zumwinkle chasing back after it. Ashton Bell looks on. Zumwinkle spins back. Down low for Minnesota. Keeps protecting. Zumwinkle up high. Phillips looks out for it. As the whistle sounds. She'll win it back. And Ashton Bell picks up the puck on the far side. Jocelyn LaRocque. Secondary assist on Mishva's tying goal in the third period. Will Jenner break through for Ottawa? She works in the zone for the Charge. 1-on-2 on Darkangelo right there for help. Puck at center. Leslie will pick it up. Back down into the zone for Ottawa.
You see some little bit of a line adjustment there by Carla McLeod.
Benishima takes a hit from Channel Watkins. Looks out for help. House is right there as Panic hopes to pick up the puck. Bob's free. Sophie Jakes came in with no shots on net for a Frost player. Finds Cava who flips it in.
Seeing with this fourth line, now you got McMahon who is playing the flank with Vasco as well as House. So deploying those minutes, you got to use your bench. You never know how many OTs you're going to go to, but keep in mind they played 3 overtimes just a few days ago.
So much hockey in such little time. The pace to this game, though, you would have no idea.
Well, especially that opening frame. I mean, it was back and forth. It was just a track meet, Kent.
Lots on the line, lots to play for. Battle in front of Ottawa's bench. The effort it takes to dig in deep. Venisheva breaks free, drops the shoulder, protects her shot wide. Up to the blue line, Savalainen, a long shot. Rooney is able to make the save. Panic down low for Minnesota. Swing move. Ottawa yet to outshoot Minnesota in this game. Terelova looks on. In over the blue line, and then Terelova cuts to center. One more off the post! The iron is ringing inside Xcel Energy Center tonight.
And that Terelova said she was going to move.
Another shot, hoping for a tip in front.
Gonna see if she changes her steal here. Yet again.
Off the post for Terelova. 2-on-1 unfolding from Minnesota. McQuinn looks on. Cava opens up, but a great stick from Ashton Bell as she gets her positioning in on the pass across. Ottawa now. Razova challenged by Knoll. Sends it into the corner where Steckline is. Thompson comes away with it. Looks for a centering pass. Shepard is going to skate after it. Well, it's Aneta Terelova that holds one of the most important goals in Czech national team history, the game-winning goal in overtime against Finland in the 2022 Women's World. She scored that overtime winner, where they got to go on and play for a medal for the first time ever. Hughes pulls it back, looks for a centering feed. Leads to a board battle. 2-on-2 to the left of Rooney. Shepard and Thompson in there for Minnesota. Stuck in the skates. Both teams battling hard. Have to think it's along these board battles, show where the fatigue really has to set in. House steps in. Up against Kelly Panic. One back in the frost zone. Thompson up against Darkangelo, who comes out with it. Savalainen pulls it back. Long shot here. Maddie Rooney sees it. Off the face-off. Savalainen feeds it deep into Minnesota zone. Venisheva for Sonics. Jenna Watkins looking to move it ahead. Zoe Boyd breaks in. Low shot kept in by Panic. Up ahead finds Zumwinkle. Cross corner play. It's a foot race. Quinn Schofield up against Boyd. Razova back in the lineup for Ottawa. Looks on. Heisey, a centering feed. No one's there. Jake steps in. Pushes it further into Ottawa zone. Venisheva and Zumwinkle collide at the top of the circles. Loose puck Boyd. Looks on to center. Venisheva just missing. Anya Savalainen picks it up for Ottawa. Running out of room off the glass. To center it will go where Bookbinder is.
This is a long change for the Ottawa Chargers. They're able to get 3 off the ice right now.
Zoe Boyd hoping to find Hughes. Icing will be waved off, so the Charge have some time in Minnesota zone. Serdachny comes in with speed. Protects in the corner, comes out with it. Who's there? A shot here, it's high. Ashton Bell with a great look. Ottawa, another chance here, picking up momentum. Larocque to the ice. Looks on, leaves it back. Serdachny a one-time shot, low and off the stick in front. Rooney stretches out to make the save. As Flaherty sends Larocque to the ice. 4-on-4 hockey. Hughes and Bookbinder in the box. Roughing the penalties. Jocelyn Larocque in for Ottawa. Takes a look, brings it out wide, tries for the shot on net. Hits Flaherty as those two just steamrolled one another to left of Rooney moments ago. Petrie has some speed, takes it in as she's being watched. She reverses the pass down low. Kosalemi gets the better angle, feeds it to the blue line for Lee Steckline. Taylor Heisey has a lane, she'll go for it. In comes Taylor Heisey off the bar. Yet again. Taylor Heisey. The posts have been her foe in this game 4. Steckline back down in the zone. Looking on, up for Thompson. Trying to hold the boards. The Rock moves it ahead, looking and connecting with Emily Clark. A minute gone on 4-on-4. Claire Thompson. And another playoff point for her tonight. Slows up pace as Mrazova watches her. Taylor Heisey with speed down the far side. Walks in, toe drag to the backhand, she'll go out in front. Point Schofield's right there. In the corner she'll go, chasing after it. To the blue line for Jakes. Walks the line, drops it off. Kerolova gains control of it. Well, Heisey's been around it.
And she made such a nice play. I mean, through the neutral zone, she came out on her strong side to for that little bit of a switch cycle right against the blue line. And that really disrupts coverage, and she was able to walk in.
Zoe Boyd looks to center. Jakes has control, goes D to D, Channel Watkins. Pulls it deep into their own zone, now with speed, it's Channel Watkins. Shovels it ahead, Zellwenkle sends it in.
Hey, watch. It's a great steer by Venisheva, really steered right into Boyd, who was able to stand up and close quickly. Now they have the puck on their stick on the exit.
Thompson, back up. Boyd on the move, Cava's right there. Cava ties her up. Ashton Bell's there for help. Ottawa has 4. Cava out in front off the skates of Bell. Another chance. Michaela Cava, will it be here? Denied by Phillips. Taken down as well. Laying the body. Zoe Boyd in front. A chance here. Patty Rooney with the save. We're back to 5-on-5 play. 11,024 fans out here this afternoon on Memorial Day to watch the Minnesota Frost and the Ottawa Charge go head-to-head. Down low, Savalainen. Elaine here, her shot wide. Zoe Boyd hopes to keep it in. Back down into zone, Stackline rolls off. Running out of time, moves it ahead, hoping to connect with Cava, who had countless chances just before that commercial break. Cava with speed, walks in, goes the distance. It's pushed off by Savalainen, and a final hit as Cava slow to get up. Bookbinder from the blue line off the inner skate of Savalainen. Ottawa fires it in, goes for a change. And Quinn looks on.
And I got my eye on the benches here. It's a long change, right? With the switch.
Ottawa needs to be mindful of their changes.
Well, it's a wholesale, right? You can't go wholesale when you've got this change. You got to make sure that you either have full possession of that puck or you're changing one at a time.
Venisheva on the back check, slow to get up right now in Ottawa's end is Mrazova, heading straight to the bench for Ottawa. We'll keep our eyes on 16. Minnesota working in the zone. In front, a chance here. Phillips took it home. They score! Minnesota Frost, back-to-back Walter Cup champions. Shepherds with your Walter Cup winning goal in overtime for the Minnesota Frost, your PWHL champions in 2025. This broadcast and its content are copyrighted by PWHL Holdings, LLC for the private use of our audience. All rights reserved. Any other use or reproduction of this broadcast without the consent of PWHL